So there is a legendary myth, in Hollywood that when a director, actor, or just any creative person in general wins an Oscar, they're destined to have their next project just be absolutely awful. Some cited cases include Halle Berry winning a Best Actress for Monster Ball, and then there's Eddie Redmayne winning it, who won Oscar for Theory of Everything for playing Stephen Hawking. His next project was Jupiter Ascending, and to say that he was over the top would be underestimating just how over the top he was. Well, I think we can add a new director to the list, Peter Farrelley. This man won an Oscar for Green Book, and this is the best he could do. Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Ricky Stanicky, directed by Peter Farrelley and starring Zac Efron, Jermaine Fowler, Andrew Santino, William H. Macy, and John Cena. So, the film follows Dean, Wes, and JT, played by Zac Efron, Jermaine Fowler, and Andrew Santino, respectively. They are three friends who, for nearly a quarter of a century, have used the fake person Ricky Stanicky to get them out of, well, just any situation they don't want to be involved in, really. Whether it's getting in trouble for lighting a bag of dog shit on fire or wanting to get out of their spouse's baby shower, Ricky Stanicky is the fall guy. And, well, wouldn't you know it, this lie eventually blows up in their face when they are stuck in Atlantic City when one of the friends' wives goes into labor 6 weeks prematurely. Desperate to keep this lie going and stay out of the proverbial doghouse, they recruit, and I am not kidding here, the name is Rock Hard Ron, to play the role of Ricky Stanicky and consult the Holy Bible, in which they have described Ricky and just who he is as a person. And, just easy enough. Come to, the kids' little cultural event, and just tell the lie and just mosey on. What could go wrong? Well, things go wrong, both in the story and just with how the film was made in general, but I shall now cover that. So let's get one thing out of the way here. This film is not funny, or good God, it is so painfully unfunny. There were several moments throughout the film where I cried out in agony over how unfunny this film is. Like, I have seen worse comedies, and I have sat through worse jokes, but none have caused as much pain as this movie. Well, actually, I take that back. Films like Anyone But You and, God, that one film I reviewed, where the guy goes down to Las Vegas and becomes a stripper. Back on the Strip. That's literally what it was called. That's how, again, those films are worse, but Ricky Stanicky is a close call. And the film is so uncreative with its humor. It just so many countless gross out gags, 99% of which just don't land. Like, on occasion, the film will make a joke that works. Like, there's one particularly funny gag involving, the quote unquote Bible that they came up with, to describe Ricky Stanicky's, essentially, childhood up to adulthood. Again, it's kind of funny, but again, for the most part, most of the jokes just don't work. And I guess what makes it worse is the film thinks that these jokes are just laugh riots, and they are not. And I mean, the hit-miss ratio is like it's like the kill-death ratio of a 90-year-old who was just handed a controller and was told to play Call of Duty for the first time. That's how bad the hit-miss ratio is for the jokes. So the acting actually isn't, for a film that's so aggressively unfunny and poorly made as it is, the acting actually isn't terrible, but it doesn't add as much as it clearly needs to. Zac Efron, clearly in need of a palate cleanser after the emotional roller coaster that was The Iron Claw. He's all right, but he fails to, really bring the laughs as Dean, a man who's trying to hide from a tragic past through lies. And the film does a horrible job of trying to incorporate drama into this character. Like, there's this whole thing about him trying to overcome, his not so good family life. And the film just, drops this plot arc in at just the most random and at times it does not work. Every time I was like, they tried to do, I was like, no, you're not doing this movie. No, it's just stick with the gross out gags. I mean, the gross out gags are bad, but you're actually putting effort into them. Like this whole drama thing, no, it's not working. John Cena, now again, I can't say he brings a lot of laughs, but of all the laughs in this movie, most of them go to John Cena. My favorite involves a gag at the airport involving his trash bag luggage. That actually made me laugh. And he's actually, he brings a lot of physicality to the role. Like at one point, he's trying to escape, from some gangsters, and he goes through a kitchen carrying a beer bottle, jumps through the window, drops the beer, and then licks the beer out of cardboard. I mean, it's not nearly as funny as it should be, but props to him for the dedication to the role. And then there's kind of everyone else. I mean, they're all right. They're competent enough, but they don't bring much to the table. And William H. Macy and Jeff Ross sort of are in supporting roles. And while they are committed to the material, especially William H. Macy, who's not known for doing gross out gags in movies, they seem fully confident and committed to the material, but they're not doing a good job with it either. So the performances are further hindered by what is uncharacteristically sloppy directing. Again, Peter Farrlley, Green Book notwithstanding, he's not exactly Oscar caliber, I would argue, but he's still at least technically competent. I mean, but there are some scenes that are just blocked so awkwardly. Like there's one scene in a hospital where all the characters just stand in pairs, in a bit of a circle of sorts, and they never move from their mark. It just feels so stilted, and there are several moments like that peppered throughout the film. It just feels so off. And the director, he also draws out some sequences for so painfully long that whatever humor was in there, not that there was much to begin with, just becomes so instantly neutered. Plus, he makes the curious choice to drown out certain conversations between characters with licensed music, as if even he realized just how unfunny and cliched the dialogue was. So again, really off the mark for Peter Farrlley. So, though it benefits from a committed performance by John Cena, Ricky Stanicky just poorly blends heartfelt drama and comedy into a single package and fails to bring the laughs or drama. So with all that in mind, I will be giving Ricky Stanicky 1 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Farrelley Brothers movie and why?